So welcome students. So today we are going to develop the flow charts for the programs that we did yesterday. Yesterday we did the addition of n numbers and we are going to develop the flow chart for addition of n different numbers and the factorial of a number. Okay, so let us go ahead and design the flow chart. So let me just take the shapes, and the first shape is for the start, so we'll start my flowchart. Okay, let me start it from here, and this is going to be my start. Let me just make it bigger. Okay, so this is the start of the program, and then I need a connector. So I will take a connector and do something like this. Okay, this is not really straight. Okay, so, and this is perfect, right? And let me just make that a bit thick. That is in format. And okay, so start, and then this is going to be the flow chart for addition of n numbers and different numbers. And what I'm going to do is I will take some input. So I will go for the input box, and okay, that is this one. And let us have that input box. Let us place it over here. And inside this I'm going to say that read n. Okay, so this is going to read a n number, and I'm going to have some declarations, and that I can do it in the operation box. And that is okay. Let me first have the connector, copy paste, and just press it over here. And then I will take a rectangle, place it over here. Okay, nice. And over here I will say, okay, over here I will say that is total is equal to 0. Now this is going to be my variable which I am going to use to collect all the total. Okay, so read n, and total is equal to 0. The next step that I need to take is total is equal to 0 and comma I is equal to 1. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take one more variable, that is I. Now few things will be different when we do it in Python, when we actually do it in a programming language, and it will be slightly different when we do it in a flowchart. So flowchart is just a logical idea that it gives us, that how the program is uh, you know is going to execute, or how the what exactly is the flow of the program. And that is what the flowchart actually tells us. It tells us the logic and the flow. Now this is a variable, that is I, and I've assigned the value, that is 1. Now what I will do is I'm going to take a diamond shape and place it out here, take the connector and connect it. Now this is done. And so read, when I say read n, is basically the number, that is how many numbers, right, how many numbers the user want to enter, and that is going to be our read n, the n. Okay, so I will say inside this I is less than or equal to n, and that is the condition I'm going to place inside this diamond box. Now what is n? N can be 5, so I'm going to collect 5 numbers. Okay, so this condition is either going to be true or false. So let me just give that true and false. So if this is true, I'll go this side. So true. Okay, let us first work for true. If this is true, I'm going to go this side. Okay, and then let me just copy this, and let me just turn this, that is let me go to rotate, rotate and rotate. Okay, and place it over here. Okay, so if it is true, then what I need to do, I is less than equal to n. Suppose n is 5 and I is 1, so the condition is going to get satisfied. So there will be a kind of a looping that I'm going to do out here, which will go for maybe 5 times if n is 5, and if n is 10, it is going to go for 10 times. Okay, that is what I want to do. So if I is less than equal to n, then what I need to do is, read another number and place it over here. Now these are actual numbers that we need to perform the addition with. Okay, I'm going to call this as m. Okay, so this was n and this is m. So if you can remember, yesterday we did the program, and inside the loop we are actually accepting the values. So read m, and then once I read this, I'm going to have the connector and place it here, and then the operation box, place it here, and inside this I'm going to say that total is equal to total plus m. Okay, so what is happening out here, that if n is 5, so which means the user is going to enter 5 different numbers. Okay, total is equal to 0, I is equal to 1, I less than equal to n, the condition is satisfied because the value of n we are assuming is 5. So this is true, so it will go and read another number. Now these are the actual numbers, so read m, and then I'm going to, after reading that, I'm going to place that into the total. So total is equal to total plus m. So total is 0. So 0 plus m. So if m is maybe 25, so 0 plus 25 goes back to total. So the value of total is now 25. And then I need to loop this. Okay, that is very important. So let me just shift everything out here. Okay, and how I'm going to loop this is, I'm going to take the connector, place it somewhere over here, and something like this, and again I need to turn this, is going to be this way. Okay, so this is a connector, goes from here until here, and copy, paste, place it here, and pull this down. Okay, and this is the wrong direction of the arrow, so that arrow should be up. So I will just turn that. Okay, you can do it another way also, and you can see this. And now if I just run this PowerPoint presentation, and this is what it is going to look like. Let us analyze whether this is right or wrong. So I say read n is 5, total is equal to 0, I is equal to 1. Is I less than equal to n? Yes, I is 1, n is 5. The condition is true. If it is true, it is going to and go ahead and read m, and that I'm going to collect in total, and again that goes and checks the next condition. But before I do check the next condition, again I will be 1 and n will be 5, so again the condition becomes true, and again it will go. So this is going to be a infinite loop, because this condition is always going to get satisfied. So we need to do something that this loop should only go for 5 times. So how I'm going to do that is, in between this, what we can do is take one more operation box, place it over here. Okay, and this I can make it as I is equal to I plus 1. Okay, so this is I, please remember that, and not 1, because this is into capital, so this is a capital I. Okay, and now if I see the logic, what is happening over here, I will be 1, n is 5, the condition is satisfied, read m, and then the total will be the calculation will take place, and then I becomes I is equal to I plus 1. So initially I was 1, so this will be 1 plus 1. Now that becomes 2. Now if it is 2, yes, 2 is less than n, again it will go and perform the operation. Then I will become, from here it comes here, I will become 3. 3 less than equal to n, yes, again it is going to perform the operation. Then I will become 4. Even for 4 it is going to perform the operation. Then I will become 5. Is 5 less than equal to n? Yes, still the condition is satisfied because it is less than or equal to. So even then it is going to read and going to calculate the total, and now I becomes what? I will become 6. Now since this is 6, this particular condition will go false, and this way we have only accepted 5 numbers since the user had said that there will be 5 numbers. And now what we need to do is we need to have the false part, and that is I'll copy this and place it somewhere over here, and I will say if it is false, then do this. What to do is we are going to stop the program, and how we are going to stop it is this way. That comes over here, okay, and copy this and give it over here. Let me just make this a bit smaller, and this, now I will say stop. And this is the final, the final flow chart for addition of n numbers. So I hope this is clear to you. I'll be providing this into the app so you can have a look at this particular flow chart. Okay, so true, false, and how we applied the conditions and how we applied the looping part. Okay, you need to focus on this. Okay, let us go ahead and do one more flow chart, and that will be, so I'll take one more slide, and this is the same. I just copy pasted it, and I'm going to convert this into factorial of a number. Okay, so if I want this to be a factorial of a number, I will read n, and I will say over here I'll give something like fact is equal to not 0, but it should be 1, and then I is less than equal to n. The condition will remain as it is, and I'm not going to read anything inside the loop, and I'm going to remove this as well and place this. Okay, place this out here, that is over here. Okay, inside this I will simply say fact is equal to fact into I. That's it, and that's the only thing that we require. So this fact is equal to fact into I, and this is the same logic. Okay, so what is going to be fact? If n is 5, fact is 1 initially, I is 1, so I less than equal to n. Yes, the condition is satisfied. Fact is equal to fact plus I, so fact is 1, I is 1, so fact is going to be 1 again. Then I'm incrementing I, and now this is a small I out here. I'm going to make this as capital. Okay, so there is no confusion. And then I is equal to I plus 1, so that becomes I becomes 2. Is 2 less than equal to n? Yes, goes inside. Fact is equal to fact into I, so fact is 1 into I, so the value of I is 2, so 1 into 2 is 2, goes to fact. Then I becomes 3. Then next time fact will be 2, so 2 into 3, that is 6, and then I is equal to 1, then 24, and then 120. Because I have explained this yesterday that how exactly this works, so I'm not going to go back and trace this again. So this is another flow chart by which we can calculate factorial of a number, and the rest everything will be as it is. Okay, so let me take one more flow chart, and now I'm doing the flow chart, you do the program. Okay, and this is the program for the power 2, that is if that is x raised to y. Now we have the math module, we can use the math module, and the method that we need to use is POW, right? That is a power method, but we are going to do this without any method, without any Python tool. so using pure coding. Okay, so how I'm going to achieve x raised to y? So I'm going to take read x. Okay, read x, and then I will say something, and okay, read x and also read y. So read x comma y, and this is going to be, and what I need to calculate is x raised to y. Okay, so I'm going to say something like prod is equal to 1, I is equal to 1, and I will say that if it is x raised to y, so x should be multiplied y time to itself y times, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so okay, so this will be I less than y. Okay, that's the first thing, and I is equal to 1. And over here what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that is product is equal to, or any name you can give children, prod into x. Okay, so let us just trace this. Okay, x, let us take it as 2, and y, let us take it as 4. So 2 raised to 4, simple example. Product is 1, I is 1, I less than equal to y. And what is y? Let us take y as, we have taken it as 4. This is x is 2, y is 4, 2 raised to 4. So 1 less than equal to 4, yes, the condition is true. Then product is equal to product into I. So what is the value of product? That is 1 into x. What is the value of x? 2. So 1 into 2, the value that prod is going to have is 2. Okay, then I increment I, so I is equal to I plus 1, so it becomes 2, and the condition again goes to I is less than equal to y, and then we go inside, product is equal to product into x. What is the value of product? That was 2. Okay, and again x, so 2 into 2 again goes to product, that becomes 4. And now I becomes, over here I will become 3, right? It is getting incremented by 1. 3 less than equal to y, yes, again it goes inside, and so this was product was 4, if I'm not wrong, and so 4 into 2, that is product was 4, that is x is 2, 4 into 2, that is 8, and again I becomes gets incremented, it becomes 4. Now 4 is less than equal to 4, and then product into x, the product is 8 into 2, that is 16, and then I will become 5, and the, this condition goes false and stops. Okay, so this is how you can do it. Now you develop a program in Python. This is the flowchart, this is the logic. Now just transfer this, translate this into Python. Okay, this is one of the program, and I'll give one more program to you, and that is generating a table. Okay, multiplication table. And what I'm going to do is, okay, let me just properly give names to this. This is, okay, I will place it over here, and format. Okay, and this is edit text. So flowchart for addition of n numbers. That is the flowchart for addition of n numbers, and copy paste. And this is flowchart for factorial of a number, paste. Flowchart for, that is x to power y. Okay, and now we will say flowchart for, that is for multiplication table. Okay, so if this is n, we will read n, and if n is 5, it is going to display the multiplication table, that is 5 into 1 is equal to 5, 5 into 2 is equal to 10, and so on. Okay, but not necessary that we should have 5 into 5, we will just display the answers. So but when we do this in Python, we can do it the way we want it. Okay, so this is n, and let be this be as 1. Okay, let me make this as 0, or okay, it won't really make any difference. I is equal to 1, and I will say over here I is less than n. Okay, and then over here what I'm going to do is product is equal to product into, so over here I'm going to say, actually one thing that I'm not doing out here, please remember that I'm not printing it. Okay, I just forgot to print. So for printing also you can just take this, or let me just go ahead and do it. And what I will do is, before stopping, okay, before we stop, okay, just place that print out here, just do the printing, and then you can go ahead. Okay, so I will say just, that is print, what print? Print over here, it will be total. Okay, and then you can stop it. Okay, print, and then you can stop. Let me take this one. Actually, you can bring this at down otherwise. Okay, copy and place it over here. Okay, so you can use this, children, now. Okay, for some reason this is okay, something like this. So this is how you need to do it, children. And I will have the same thing, copy, and I will delete this and paste it over here. And this will be what? This will be print fact, and then stop. Okay, and over here it is going to be, again I delete this and paste it, and this time this will be print product. Okay, and then stop. And this is my, that is flowchart for multiplication of table. And now over here in the previous flowchart, that is we are printing after the loop ends, but in this particular program, in this particular flowchart, we are going to do the printing, we need to do the printing inside the loop. Okay, why? Is because if I read n and n is 5, let us take a very simple number for multiplication, and product I keep it as 1, and I is equal to 1, so I less than equal to n. So this is 1 and this is 5, the condition gets satisfied. Now this condition is not going to work out here, because I want to go for a table of 5 till 10. So 5 ones are 5, 5 into 1, and 5 into 2, and then till 5 into 10. This is what I need to do. So I will have this as 10. This is very, very important. Okay, so I less than equal to 10, and then what I'm going to have is over here it will be, okay, product into, that is I. Okay, and okay, and this is going to be n. Okay, so now there are certain couple of things that we have changed out here, and then one more thing that we need to have is the print value, and that is we are going to print, that is product. Okay, inside that. Okay, so I is 1 less than equal to 10, the condition is satisfied, which means this loop is going to go till 10. You can see I'm incrementing I, so the loop is going to work for 10 times. Okay, n is 5, and this is 1, it can be 0 also, it will not make any difference. And I say product is equal to n into I. So what is the value of n? That is 5 into I. Initially the value of I is 1, so 5 into 1, and that I'm saving it into the variable, that is prod, and I'm printing that. Okay, then I is equal to I plus 1, it becomes 2. So 2 is less than equal to 10. Condition is satisfied, and I say product is equal to n into I. N is going to be 5 all the time. I is going to change. So 5 into 2. So 5 into 2, that is 10. Again, I'm printing that 10. Then I will become 3. Then 5 into 3. So that's 15. Again, I'm printing that 15. Then I becomes 4. 5 into 4, 20. Again, I'm printing that 20. I becomes 5. 5 into 5. And it goes till 10. And this is how we are actually printing the table of a number. And what change we had is we had this print statement or the print symbol inside the flowchart, and that is very much important because we have to print all the values, and so it is inside this loop, and that is very important. And everything ends, we did all the printing, finally this stops. We don't need to print anything out here. Now your job is to come up with the two Python programs. That is, first one is the flowchart for x to power y, and the second program you will be doing is for the multiplication table. So these are the two programs you need to develop for these two flowcharts. So hope you'll do that, children, and please complete the work. Okay, so we'll meet tomorrow again. Bye for now.